What's up, guys? Wanted to talk about peppers and how to get a good amount of peppers out of hydroponic system. So for starters, I'm using deep water culture. I'm using master blend, Epsom salt, and calcium nitrate. There actually is a little bit of some Botanicare products in there, the CalMag and some of the liquid Karma, but I don't really use a lot of that. The main thing I use is a low amount of calcium nitrate, and the main ingredient or main nutrient I use is definitely the master blend and Epsom salt. So I guess we might as well start with parts per million. So I'm doing an experiment with 2 tanks, all the same variety of bell peppers. They're YOLO Wonders and some jalapenos. One tank, I got the parts per million kind of high. It's about 1,500, and the other tank is right about 1,000 parts per million. I just wanted to kind of see, like, would there be a real difference, how heavy these things feed, or if they feed pretty light. So what I've found so far is during the beginning of their growth, they don't really feed at all. I mean, the parts per million rarely moves. Now, when they start producing and flowering, that's when they begin feeding a little bit heavier. I mean, they mostly get concerned with the water. I mean, they definitely can drink up a good amount of water, but as far as the nutrient goes, about 600 or so, 600 parts per million within a week is the biggest jump I've seen. But that's not really a weekly thing. That just happened not too long ago. So I guess it's because of all the peppers they started putting out. Not sure if you guys are familiar with how to pollinate these, but some people use Q-tips. I see a lot of people using the electric toothbrushes. You can actually tap on the flowers to get the pollen to fall off. So I would say just experiment around, whichever you're more comfortable with. The toothbrush seems to work good for everybody else. The Q-tips work really well for me. Of course, sometimes you can just tap on the flower, and as long as you gently tap, it should work out. So got a few on this. This is one for the jalapenos. Got a bell pepper plant over here. Oh yeah, the lighting I'm using, just CFL lighting. I got a variety of different bulbs too, just in case anybody was wondering. One thing to watch out for is if you plant these with something else, try not to make the same mistake I did, because the first round I had a bunch of these hybrid 100s and they go crazy. So what happened was the hybrid 100 was, well, there was 3 of them. Now there's just the one. Yeah, that's actually just one hybrid 100 plant. But I had 3 of them, and they were pushing the pepper plants around, blocking them from getting light, things of that nature. So definitely be careful what you plant it next to. Okay, so real quick, I want to go over the humidity and temperature. So I got this right here to kind of let me know. Yeah, you can't see it because of the lighting difference. But anyhow, this tells me the humidity, and it tells me the highs and lows, temperatures, and Fahrenheit. It tells me all that information, and it records it for 24-hour spans. So on average, the humidity seems to be between 41 and 50, and temperature is actually pretty hot. It's typically between 79 and 82. So as far as I can tell, the peppers like the heat. Everything else is faring well in it. Now, you can see some plants obviously don't like it, like any kind of lettuce, herbs. They're picky about it sometimes. The kale is, or sorry, Swiss chard is doing just fine. The kale is doing just fine, but this temperature seems to be really ideal for peppers. At least that's what they're showing me right now. So moving on to peppers. This is my tank over here that only has 1,000 parts per million in it, and some of them I can't really get to, like this one in the back. So what I got to do to pollinate it is just gently tap the leaves from time to time, or you can gently shake the plant, and that's if you can't get to the flowers, because sometimes you really can't get in there and see them. I mean, I know it's working. Got some jalapenos going, so it's obviously working. And I have to do that with this plant in the back because obviously it's pressed against the wall. Can't really reach in there all that well. This plant up front, I've been able to get Q-tips in here and pollinate these flowers. And yeah, it's producing pretty nicely. Might be difficult to see, I'm not sure, but every time I move a leaf, there's like jalapenos down inside. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult, but you know, I want to keep all the greenage going. This is the reason I really wouldn't suggest adding more nitrogen to your tanks at this point in time. I mean, these are doing plenty fine with just a little bit of master blend and Epsom salt. You just got to keep an eye on the water level. I think these tanks drain about, I want to say, a gallon per week. Yeah, that's really not bad at all. So I just top it off occasionally with about a gallon of water. So that's the quick little guide over peppers. I'm sure I'll do another video down the road over this to kind of go over anything I might have missed. Oh, as far as lighting goes, using CFL and just started using these Creed bulbs. Not 100% sure how I feel about the Creed bulbs. I mean, it looks like they're doing pretty well so far, but hard to tell compared to CFL. Yeah, that should be about it for this video. Until next time.